On Whirlpool presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell. We're looking ahead to the big one, the two teams that have been the standout teams in these early stages of the IPL, Mumbai and Delhi. Looking ahead to the game, Sanjay Manjrekar and Tom Moody. Right, this one should be a cracker. Our first of five statements, Sanjay, is that teams should look to bat first at Abu Dhabi.
It's interesting, actually. This IPL has gone against the norm of T20 internationals and white ball cricket, where teams winning the toss want to chase, but a lot of teams are batted first and won, so that's likely to happen. But having said that, if you look at these two teams, and I think this is going to be the match of the week because both teams have got both areas really covered, batting and bowling. So even if somebody loses the toss, just imagine Delhi Capitals bat first, get a big score on the board, and look at the batting lineup that's going to chase it. So I don't think that's going to be such a crucial factor in this particular encounter.
Tom?
Yeah, look, I think I agree with Sanjay, but I think it boils down to what you prefer to do against this opposition. I would imagine Delhi wouldn't want Mumbai chasing. So if Delhi wins the toss, I'd imagine they'd invite Mumbai Indians to bat first, purely on the basis they fear sort of the middle order of Mumbai and really the experiencing finishing powers of the likes of Pollard.
All right. Pollard features in our next statement, so let's go to that. Mumbai Indians should promote Kieron Pollard to counter the Delhi Capitals' spin threat. Tom?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. We have for so many years with Kieron Pollard talked about where he should be batting, and there's been enormous debate around, he's kept too late and why doesn't he bat earlier? And it's nearly one of the number one topics of every IPL season. The bottom line is you've got to look at the record of Mumbai Indians. You've got to look at the record of Pollard, and both are exceptional. And I think they understand where his best fit is in this side. So I'd be very surprised if they do promote him. I personally wouldn't be looking to urgently promote him because I think they've got other great options they can use.
Sanjay?
Yeah, exactly. Similar thoughts like Tom Moody there. In fact, in the last game, they had Krunal Pandya come in before Pollard. So, their fascination and their liking for the left-hand, right-hand combination. So that, again, might dictate, where Pollard bats. They've got Akshar Patel, Ashwin as the two spinners. So, when you look at their batting lineup, they don't see Pollard as the one batsman who can go after the spinners and really cash in because the others can do it as well. So, I don't think that is going to be such an issue, knowing Mumbai Indians more the left-hand, right-hand combination.
All right, let's go to the Delhi Capitals and their West Indian in the middle order. Sanjay, we're saying that Delhi should look to promote Hetmyer after that last innings that he had at Sharjah.
So there's a very interesting thing that is happening in the Delhi Capitals batting lineup. If you've seen Stoinis bat of late, he's batted fabulously. It's the best I've seen him bat. There's something about the way he's hitting the ball. It shows that, he's at the peak of his batting. Hetmyer, last game, he should have been the player of the match. So, again, T20 cricket is so much about confidence. Rishabh Pant is down on confidence, but you would want to give him one more game just because, he's such a big player, has been a big player for them. But confidence of Hetmyer and Stoinis shouldn't be wasted too much. So, one eye on Rishabh Pant. And, if he continues to sort of not deliver, you've got to make use of this tremendous form of both Stoinis and Hetmyer.
Tom?
Yeah, I'd be keeping Hetmyer where he's at. One innings, to me, doesn't make a tournament. I think it's important that he's got runs because that's what he's employed to do. He's got a specific role in that middle order, and at times he's going to get very few balls to be able to take advantage and have an impact. Delhi Capitals are doing most things right. They're one side that seem to be very settled, one side that seem to understand what their roles are. I wouldn't be changing that just on the back of one innings.
All right, let's go to our next statement. RASHWIN, man of the match from the last game, should bowl in the power play to the likes of De Kock and Rohit Sharma. Tom?
Yeah, I like the matchup idea of that. There's no question of that. And I think you need to be very flexible with your bowling options. But I'd definitely explore looking to use him with a new ball. Purely on the basis that there is a good matchup there. Rohit Sharma will be very conscious of what's coming and be prepared, whether it's going to be Ashwin or whoever it might be.
Sanjay?
Yeah, look at the options that Delhi have. You know, they've got Rabada, they've got Nokia, who's been brilliant this tournament. And Ashwin to Rohit Sharma may not be a great matchup. Quinton de Kock, yes, you'd want to bowl him against Quinton de Kock, but then you've got Surya Kumar Yadav to come in. You know, both things pretty good against spin. So I don't think it is an absolute must. Because he's bowled in the power play, he might have an over, maybe not the first couple, maybe a little later, because there isn't that much of an incentive, because Nokia and Rabada, you want both of them to have a crack at Rohit Sharma, you know, if you get him out earlier, and maybe Surya after that. So start off with the fast bowlers, and maybe after, 2 or 3 overs, Ashwin, maybe an over or two.
All right, and our final statement, Jasprit Bumrah should continue bowling in the power play. Last game was the first time we saw him do that, Sanjay, and bowled 2 overs and had an instant impact. Got the wicket of Steve Smith. Thoughts?
Well, the reason he bowled with a new ball, I believe, was because Josh Butler was opening, and he's the big wicket for Rajasthan Royals, and he has a good record against Butler. But I like Pattinson and bowling with the new ball. Bumrah, I find, is as good, whether he's bowling with the new ball or with the semi-new ball or right at the death, whereas Pattinson bowled look really good when they've got the new ball in their hands.
Tom?
Personally, I'll be throwing the ball to Bumrah. I just feel that the combination of Bumrah-Bolt is a very good new ball combination, whether it's a 1 over each or Bolt bowls 2 and Bumrah just bowls the 1 and then Pattinson comes in behind Bumrah. I just feel Bumrah is a greater threat than Pattinson at new balls. So if you're giving both of them 6 balls at the same time over a period of time, who's going to have the biggest impact out of both of them over a period of time? I would have thought Bumrah is going to come up on top of that battle. So therefore, I would be giving him first bite of the cherry.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom Moody and Sanjay Manjrekar. This should be a good one. Mumbai versus Delhi. And this was our preview on Whirlpool Presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Delhi.